Sometimes people confuse the terms preservation and restoration when it comes to entertainment materials. Preservation, as the word would indicate, is to preserve. In other words, arrest any further deterioration of materials. It rather suspends it in the condition that it's in right now so that it doesn't get any worse.
Restoration is the business of going back and putting it back into whatever state that might be required to make the film appear as it did when it was originally released.
The films that are 50 years old are in need of restoration. The movies that are 20 years old or 30 years old are also desperately in need of preservation.
Part of our restoration process is that we try very diligently to represent exactly the way the original filmmaker intended for the scenes to look. We want the lighting to be replicated correctly, the contrast, everything about it. So even if we're able to make something look, in our opinion, better than they made it look originally, we resist the temptation. We want it to look the same way that the original creative forces that put the movie together intended for it to look.
I'd like to do just whatever I like, the whole day long.
Tell you what, why don't we do all those things together?
But don't you have to work?
Work? Now, today's going to be a holiday.
Roman Holiday was released in 1953. Nitrate film was used until 1952, so it's very likely that Roman Holiday was shot on nitrate, which has long since deteriorated.
The good thing about the sound is that we've retained the optical track, and the optical track doesn't necessarily deteriorate, or doesn't deteriorate at the same rate as film. So we have those as a source.
So we're working from next generation material.
Consequently, digital has provided us with a means of getting back down through the layers to the film the way it should look.
We've been working for over a year in conducting tests in very high resolution restoration.
There's some fundamental principles in cleaning up an image. The first problem is you must reduce the granularity or noise of the picture. This film gave us some special challenges, and we had to literally go back into research and development to create a number of things that would enable us to process this movie. We got the film and did some test scanning of just, 3 scenes. Then you end up with a data file, which we put onto our computers. At this moment, we have over 300 computers processing images. They work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then from there, we set up what we call a series of parameters for the computer to do the processing.
Well, the biggest problem on Roman Holiday is the extreme granularity in the picture. It's 50 years old. There's more than 400 to 500 pieces of dirt per frame. And films run at 24 frames a second, so we're dealing with an extreme amount of dirt.
So we had to go back into R&D, do some new work, created a number of routines, and we made a film test for Phil Murphy and his group, and suddenly we were getting some magic.
We knew at that point that yes, it was a doable task to undertake, and we'd be completely proud of the result that we would get.
Hey! Excuse me. Hey, stop! Come back, you need to get here.
The biggest challenge in processing Roman Holiday was dirt. The film is extremely dirty, and that is in a very, very grainy environment.
As you can see, there's an extreme amount of dirt and scratches and high granularity in the lighter areas of the picture. This is the before footage with all the dirt, and this is the clean footage after our process. Again, here's before and after. I'll stop it here. You can see all kinds of dirt and extreme grain all over the frame.
We were able to take that dirt and completely remove 99.9% of that automatically.
The mouth of truth. The legend is that if you're given to lying, you put your hand in there, it'll be bitten off.
Oh, what a hard idea.
Let's see you do it.
Because Dalton Trumbo was blacklisted, his name never appeared on the main title of the film, even though his credit was restored officially some years ago we did not have the capability to easily and seamlessly restore the text with his name to the main title of the film. We're able to do that now because of the advantage of digital imaging and the fact that in our stock footage library, we were able to find the background scenes behind the titles, which were necessary to be able to recreate an entire set of titles.
I will cherish my visit here in memory as long as I live.
The main advantage of the DVD is that it's virtually lossless from the time that you put something in until it comes back out again. But if we put garbage in to the DVD, we'd get garbage out of the DVD. It's not the DVD itself that is making it better. It's the fact that we are spending a great deal more energy and resources to preparing an absolute ideal master.
The trick in any preservation or restoration is the same thing as editing. It should be invisible. You shouldn't think, oh, this sounds really good. You should just be able to enjoy the picture without thinking, ooh, that sounds bad.
Result, the image is very clean. You can get a pristine image. There aren't, this veil of grain and stuff is gone.
What we hope that the consumer sees is a really beautiful image and lovely sound to recreate the experience of seeing this film, either on DVD or in a theater setting.